Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to click that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. I'd like to give a special thanks to HGreg Nissan for giving me time with the 2022 Nissan Frontier Pro-4X with 4-wheel drive. If you're in the market for a Nissan, you can come check out HGreg Nissan and ask for Gaby. She will get you into a new or pre-owned vehicle. But let's talk about pricing here for the Nissan Frontier Pro-4X with 4-wheel drive. Starting price is at $38,120, including destinations, and also with the options, this one stickers for $41,875. Let's talk about the exterior styling here of the Nissan Frontier Pro-4X. As you guys can see here, my model is painted in this beautiful shade of green. Looking at these taillights here, unfortunately, Nissan does not offer these as standard equipment, but they're a full LED headlight with an automatic low and high beam, LED turn signal, and daytime running light. And my model also comes with LED fog lights here at the lower part of the fascia. There's also these red recovery hooks here. I also like the large grille here with the Nissan logo front and center. There's the Frontier name stamped on the actual grille, which is really nice. And Nissan says this has around 9.4 inches of ground clearance. So this vehicle is very capable of going off-road. Looking at the side profile here, this has a 126-inch wheelbase with an overall length of 210.2 inches. So it does have really good proportions here in the off-road segment. Looking at these tires and wheels, so I like the multi-spoke with the chrome finish here and gloss black finish there. These are a 265/70 tire. They're wrapped in this 17-inch rim design. Like I mentioned, I do like the multi-spoke finish. It looks really good with the green exterior paint. And the side fender here is going to be black painted as well. There's also these mud flaps here, so mud won't splatter throughout the rest of the vehicle. Model also has these side steps here, so you won't scratch up the undercarriage of the vehicle. But keep in mind, this does have skid plates as well. There's this green painted mirror cap here. Unfortunately, there's no panoramic sunroof option here on the Pro-4X, and my model is the 5.5-foot bed. That's the Pro-4X name, which is spelled out here on the side of the bed. There's also this nifty footstep here, so you guys can access the bed if you guys don't want to let down the actual tailgate. As you guys see, there's some of the things from the inside of the cabin I put in the actual bed here, which is very capable. It's a 5-foot bed. You can also kick that back underneath the truck. There's LED lights here for the tag. There's the Pro-4X badge, which is a really nice color to it. It looks like a gray finish to it. There's the Frontier name, which is spelled out in the actual tailgate. There's a new Nissan emblem. There's a backup camera. You can also lock this if you would like. Letting down the tailgate here is damp finished. And unfortunately, my model does not have the actual spray-in bed. You could probably do an aftermarket if you would like. There's also some tie-down points back here, but I'm surprised to see there's no actual outlets back here so you can charge anything up. But overall, let's hop into the interior of the Pro-4X. Sitting in the interior of the Nissan Frontier Pro-4X, as you guys can see, I like this nice orange stitching and piping throughout this vehicle. Really nice, modern, upscale interior. You guys said that this interior looks old because it took Nissan a long time to basically come out with a newer generation, but I think this cabin does look very modern and very upscale. This is a 9-inch display. It does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We're reaching over here to shut the door of the Pro-4X. The door sounds very solid. One of the most solid sounding doors in this segment. The push button start is down here, which you guys start everything up. The gauge will do a nice sweep. There's this helper screen. It does show you the Frontier logo, front and center. Let's talk about the materials here on the door panel. It's going to be a nice soft touch material. This area is going to be nice and padded. I like the material that Nissan uses here on the actual door panel. The door handle is going to be a chrome accented finish. It is auto up and down only for the driver, not for the rest of the windows. There's your lock controls. You can also lock the mirrors via this control here. And there's your mirror adjustment control there. More than nice orange or red throughout the vehicle here, as you guys can see here on the actual door panel. There's more stitching here. This area is going to be nice and padded. It's the same material that Nissan uses on the actual door panel here, which is very soft touch. There's additional storage and cup holder space there. There's your seating controls here, which is power adjustment. If you guys go for a lower trim level, I think Nissan gives it to you as manual only to adjust the actual seating controls. There's the headlight and turn signal stock here. The wind wiper stock is right there. There's the Nissan emblem on the airbag cover. This is the same steering wheel that's off the Nissan Titan, which is a really nice steering wheel. Nice orange stitching here. The rim does feel very thick in my hands to hold. There's also some gloss black trim here. There's some controls here that you can customize this display here or set your radio presets. And in order to use this display here, just press this button right here. As you guys can see, it will show your off-road page. Also economy. I've been averaging 13.6 mpg. Yes, not the best. Only had this truck for about a good 45 minutes or so. So I'm not really trying to do a fuel economy test, but if Nissan sends me one to test for a week, I'll basically try to get real world testing for the fuel economy. There's a compass and also your driver aid, which this one does have a forward collision warning. Also have the vehicle in its 2-wheel drive, so it's technically rear wheel drive at the moment. You can also press this button in right here. It's a 4 high now. You press it in to go to 4 low. It's like I mentioned from the outside scene, and it will lock the center diff. This has around 9.4 inches of ground clearance. There's your voice controls here on the steering wheel. The materials on the dash going to be a hard touch plastic, but that's kind of respectable in this segment because this is an off-road truck. There's some storage up here. You can probably put some loose change, or if you guys want to put that up there. It also has this rubber like finish to it, so things won't slide around if you put anything up there. There's more nice stitching here on the actual glove compartment, or on the airbag cover here, which is really nice. It's a soft touch material as well. Like I mentioned, this is a 9-inch display. There's a volume and tune knob here, some shortcut buttons here. As you guys can see, the Apple CarPlay is very bright and very snappy here. Let's go to the Nissan interface here. As you guys can see, it's the same Nissan interface that I showed you guys in the actual Nissan Pathfinder a while back. You can also go to, it does show you a digital clock here, your fuel prices and whatnot. So really good tech. As you guys can see, it's telling you it's $3.98, which is really impressive because gas has been like $4 and up. So it is basically telling you how close it is or how far away it is and whatnot. So nice system here. Going back to the Apple CarPlay, looking down here is going to be dual climate control. This is for your 4-wheel drive system, like I showed you guys. Looking here, there's a Type C port, Type A port there. Also, there's additional storage here, more than nice orange trim and stitching here. Putting the vehicle into reverse, it does reveal a backup camera. Of course, there's no trajectory, but there is distance markers and whatnot. Kicking it down here into drive, over to the left, there's a sport mode in the transmission. This does house a 9-speed automatic transmission. Over here is going to be for your cargo lamp. Also here, the sync control. You can also lock the rear diff. There's your traction control. There's a tow haul mode here. There's your dimmer switches here. Also your trip reset computer. Looking here is going to be more storage here. Open up this, it does reveal a good amount of storage. There's a 12 volt in there, so Nissan does give you some really good storage throughout this vehicle. There's also a 12 volt right here. Looking at the glove compartment, it is small, but you can fit some decent items in there and whatnot. The seats in here, they're supportive, they're comfortable. As you guys can see, it does say Pro-4X here on the actual seat, which is really nice. Above me is going to be the sunglass holder, and the lighting, surprisingly, is going to be an LED. Some competitors are still offering cheap halogen lights. You can also open up the rear glass back there. My model does not come with the actual sunroof option. Surprised to see that. But overall, the interior of the Nissan Frontier is very upscale and very modern. It's one of the best in the class, in my opinion, until some of the other competitors offer a newer tech and a newer interior on some of their other vehicles. Getting into the back seat of the Nissan Frontier, as you guys can see here, there's this grab handle here. And like I mentioned, my model does have these running boards so you can get into this vehicle here. But getting back here, as you guys can see, I'm only 5'8", so pretty good average size height. But shutting the door here, the door sounds very solid. There's also 2 map pockets for storage. There's a Type C and Type A port there. And you can lift up the rear seat here, which you can pull the handle there. It does reveal some underfloor storage. So you can probably put some work equipment or some dirty clothes or whatnot if you guys want to put that there. But keep in mind, you have to take it out because it will stink up the vehicle over time if you guys forget to take it from underneath. These are cloth seats. They do feel very nice and supportive. Putting this armrest down here, it does reveal 2 cup holders, and unfortunately there's no panoramic option or sunroof option, but the lighting in the cabin is going to be an LED. You can open up this rear glass here. It's manually opening. You can also close it back if you would like. And Nissan says this has 33.2 inches of legroom, so it's very spacious back here. Like I mentioned, I'm only 5'8". My camera guy did say that it does feel more spacious than the Tacoma, which that vehicle in a sense is the same size as this, if I'm not mistaken, but it does feel a little bit cramped in the Tacoma instead of on the Pro-4X here. Let's take a look underneath the hood of the Nissan Frontier Pro-4X. As you guys can see here, this is Nissan's corporate 3.8 liter V6. This is a naturally aspirated powertrain. This powertrain makes 310 horsepower and 281 pound-feet of torque. It is paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. As the Frontier sits here, this weighs around 4,600 pounds. And Nissan says properly equipped, this can tow up to 6,200 pounds. So this is capable of off-roading and towing things, and Nissan says it also has a payload of 1,200 pounds, so it is capable of putting things in the actual bed. Fuel economy is rated at 17 in the city, 22 on the highway, and 19 combined. So starting off in the 2022 Nissan Frontier Pro-4X, this is my first time driving the off-road trim here. And for this to be an off-road capable truck, this vehicle drives extremely smooth, just like the last Frontier that I drove a few months back, or probably even a year ago. Let's talk about the powertrain specs here. This is a 3.8 liter naturally aspirated V6. This powertrain makes 310 horsepower and 281 pound-feet of torque. So good numbers here in the segment here. This also hooked up to a 9-speed automatic transmission. Some other competitors like the Tacoma still offers a 6-speed automatic, which is a good transmission, but I think the 9-speed offers better fuel economy. This is rated to get 17 in the city, 22 on the highway, and 19 combined. That's good gas mileage for this segment. There's no hybrid powertrain option that no one offers in the segment, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think that they do. But just driving the Pro-4X here, this vehicle, like I mentioned, is off-road capable, and Nissan says this can tow 6,200 pounds, so it is capable of towing a couple of jet skis and whatnot. You can fit your family here. The cabin does feel a little snug in the back, but it does offer a little bit more space compared to a Tacoma that I tested not too long ago. But the visibility out of the Pro-4X here is really good. You also have these good sized mirrors here. This also has a forward closure warning, lane keeping assist. So all the nice driver assistant features that you guys are looking for, Nissan does offer it. Also with adaptive cruise control. The seats in here, they're supportive, they're comfortable. I like the nice orange stitching and orange accents throughout this vehicle. Look really good with the green exterior paint. If you guys are wondering who this guy is next to me, this is my camera guy for the day, QJ. You guys probably seen him a couple times before. If you guys are real OGs and you guys been following me for a long time, you guys should know who QJ is by now. But just driving the Pro-4X here, this vehicle drives really well, and QJ mentioned before I cut on the camera that it does feel more spacious than the Tacoma, which that vehicle, they're all in the same class, but for some reason that vehicle does feel a little bit more cramped in the interior, but this vehicle does feel a little bit bigger. This also rides on the previous platform as the previous generation. This also has a newer powertrain as well that Nissan introduced in 2020, so it does offer some durability. I haven't heard anyone complain about the new powertrain in the Pro-4X. But driving here, guys, this vehicle drives really well for this to be an off-road capable truck. It also has skid plates and whatnot, so you can take this vehicle off-road, and that's why you buy the Pro-4X. But this does look more aggressive compared to the other trim levels that you can get on the Frontier. But this vehicle, like I mentioned, drives good. The gas mileage is really good. The driver's assistance is okay. But the seats, they're comfortable, they're supportive. I like this interior. A lot of people give it crap, but I think it looks very modern in this segment here. You also have this nice 9-inch display. It does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But let's do an acceleration run here, and going over some harsh pavements here, you barely feel it in the truck. But let's come to a stop here. I'm not sure why my camera keeps falling, but anyway. Let's do a brake twerk, foot on the brake and accelerator. and I do have the truck in its rear wheel drive because it was kind of gripping for a little bit of traction, but it didn't skid out the rear tires. But 0 to 60 may be in the high 7-second range or 6-second range, but it is very fast. Like I mentioned, it makes 310 horsepower and 281 pound-feet of torque. Really good numbers in this segment. If you guys are looking to make this a family vehicle, you can definitely do so because the interior does offer good space. I don't feel like I'm too close to the passenger here. The back seat offers good space as well. Like my video guy said, it feels bigger compared to a Tacoma, which I could honestly say it does feel bigger in the interior. But if you guys are looking for a capable off-road truck that has really good looks, also with the good horsepower and torque, I think the Nissan Pro-4X is a really good option. After spending time with the 2022 Nissan Frontier Pro-4X with 4-wheel drive, hope you guys have enjoyed this video here. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at @DriveOnReviews and hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you all in the next video.